What up, what up, what up? Let's get it poppin', let's get it cracking. This piece. What's good, fam? The title of this video is Her Rules Dating a Woman with Kids. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this, and the real reason why she does these things, but there's some benefits in there too if you play it right. But there's a lot of heartbreak, a trail of tears if you do it the wrong way and you get stuck with this. But we're gonna get into it. So listen, like, subscribe, comment below. If you're new to the family, hit the buttons, join us. When you hear your family, we got you. Don't go away.
I pray for my homies out there. Please God, give them strength. Please God.
This is going to be about relationships, right? Now, and I'm gonna give you a caveat to this. Now, I did a video on this before, but I'm still getting some clients that still have problems navigating. So we're gonna try to navigate this a little bit. I want them to understand a couple of things here about the relationship context when it comes to stepping in as a stepdad or extra parent, co-parenting. All right, we're gonna go into that and how to navigate that a little bit. So what are the benefits she's getting out of this? See, women that have kids that are stressed, they need an extra hand, number one, right? So financially, when you step up, the benefits for her value goes up. Why? Because financially, she's not going to get a guy that's not working because he's not helpful. He brings no value. That's how Pergamous nature will tell her that. She will know off the rip. First of all, she's going to date you, first of all. The relationship's going to be dating. She's going to get to know you, find out your background. Are there other kids in the background on your side? Other women on your side? She's going to try to figure that part out. But all by and large, she's going to want to find out if you're a fit for her little family here. Now, she may look at you with smiles and all that, but if she's got chaos going on over here, you're gonna buy into that. So you have to be very careful. Watch her behavior. She says she has kids and the phone rings. If you're on a date with her, watch how she answers the phone. Check out her tone, her response when the phone rings. Is she excited when the phone rings? Is she nervous when the phone rings? Or is she just curious why the phone is ringing? Either way, it's going to tell you a lot about how she handles the crib, how she handles and how she deals with her kids. How she deals with her kids is going to determine also how she's going to deal with you to some degree. Right now, she's going to try to be on her best behavior. Why? Because you're not in the fold yet. So when you're starting out and you're dating her from the outside, it's going to be a pretty picture. She's going to paint the kids are angels and everything is smooth, but not until you get inside the fold will you really see what's really going on. That's why off top, watch her body language, watch the phone ring, how she answers the phone, talks about her kids, don't talk about her kids. Is their family supporting her with the kids? Are the baby dads around? These are all logistics. You gotta render this out ahead of time through conversation, slowly. This you take slow. You don't jump into this right away. I don't care how fat her ass is. I don't care what you like about her body and all that. Doesn't matter. Because once you're in, somebody else found something beautiful about her and attractive about her too. I'm sure she's pretty. I'm sure. But however, there's a problem over here. All right. You don't want to jump into that, into full on chaos and not know what's going on. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. Period. Being there for her. She needs security, an extra body, a masculine energy. That's going to give her security. Not only with the kids, they don't care, but with her, she'll have somebody to lean on, tell her story to. Why? Because the guys that were there, if she's not widowed, they're gone. They don't want to hear her story. They don't want to deal with the conflict. The fact that she's got kids by guys or one guy doesn't matter. He's not around. May not be her fault. That's still to be determined. The running, the errands, you get to counterbalance her workload. So the things that she was doing before, she was doing 10 things, now she's doing 5. She may say, oh, you know what, do 6 things because you're the man. Right? She's not gonna say, hey, do these 6 things. She'll give you more. Oh, can you do this? Oh, and can you run to the laundromat? And oh, he has to go to school. So on your way to the laundromat, take him to school. And when you come back, oh, you know what? And can you grab some meat and some chicken and some salad for tonight for dinner when you come back and this and that. You go, wait, you told me to do one thing. I'm doing like 5 things. You realize she's piling on the responsibilities. Why? Because she's been carrying that load all this time from the last guy to you. If she's had a problem dating and keeping guys, she's carrying this load of motherhood that she doesn't really want to carry. She's going to be a little bitter, a little upset. Not with you in general per se, because you haven't gotten in there yet, but you'll get it. You'll get it later. We'll get to that in a minute. So the idea here is that she's going to say, oh, I got some relief. And now you're there to save her. You can't save this. This right here takes the load off of her mind. And this can work, but I'm gonna tell you that later. But right now, let's talk about what's not working and what you need to see off the top and be leery of. You're gonna sacrifice, right? Because now your life is no longer your own. Once you move in with her, or you take on this huge request. This is a request, guys. If you're getting something like this for her, she needs to understand a stepdad and all this if you're not married, you're not the stepdad. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care what she says. Okay, daddy, yeah, come on in. Listen to your father. You're not the father. If you're just the boyfriend, you're just mommy's boyfriend. That's all you are, guys. Unless you're married, you're mommy's boyfriend. And then once you get married, you're mommy's husband. It's not my dad. You know what I'm saying? So understand what you're getting into. You got to have tough skin. Number one, you have tough skin. On top of that, because you know there's going to be some words you're not going to want to hear, and you can't argue with kids that you can't even take. You can't show any emotion when it comes to feeling neglected, and they're not saying hi to you in the morning. They get up, get cereal, or they get up and maybe the baby's crying, and you go to pick up the baby, and the mama goes, no. She jumps in. So you have to take a lot of that back seats to a lot of things she's doing already. So it seems like you're not needed because you're not. Understand that, guys. You're going to have a role in this. Your role is going to be off to the side. She's going to let you know what your role is. These are her rules, right? She's going to say, well, we've been doing it this way, and this is what I do here. So in the morning, here's what I do. And between here and here, I go feed little Johnny. And then from here to here, I take so-so to school. But now you can do that for me while I go over here and do this, while I do that, while I do this. Next thing you know, you're in full fold. The idea here is that you're supposed to work with her, support her, jump in with her. She's expecting that. Expectations are very high for her at this point. She's got you in the fray. But there's some problems here. Let's continue. There's going to be a lot of broken plans, schedule. You got to be flexible when it comes to this, because there's going to be a lot of times where you have plans for you and her to maybe go to dinner, babysitter don't show up, or one of the kids gets sick, or one of the kids forgot to tell you they had a PTA meeting you're supposed to go to. So a lot of things happen with the kids acting out. Maybe the kids are fighting. She has to calm them down and they won't get together, and maybe someone falls or hurts themselves. There's a lot of things with kids. If there's 5 kids, there's 5 problems. There's 4 kids, there's 4 problems, and so on. So you have to be understanding. You can't catch an attitude. If something happens, you have to have a lot of patience. It's just a lot. It's a lot to ask from one guy. Women expect the world, but they need to understand, for you to even be standing there with her, that should be a privilege. Okay? You don't have to do that as a boyfriend. I'll get into that in a minute. But that should be for her. She should take that and appreciate that as a privilege, because it's a hard undertaking. Let's continue. And you have to understand also that the sex is off the table. If you get sex now, it's kibbles and bits, right? You get it in when you fit in. You have the kids are sleeping. Even at nighttime, you got to be quiet. You can't do what you want to do. You can't wild out. After all that day of working and all that day of dealing with whatever tasks she had and whatever, now you can't even get the sex you want to get. You can't even get wild, because the kids, it's like your kids all over again with the parents in the other room. Now the kids run the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but it's a sacrifice. Again, some people do it. Some guys that don't want kids are fine with this. They know there's a weight to carry when it comes to this. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about when you can't decide if you're going to go in with this girl that you met and it's been a couple of months and she's talking about you moving in with her and you're trying to decide. These are things you need to consider. I did a video on this also that goes into multiple kids and all other stuff too, similar to this. It's a little different, but there's always a different case when it comes to this. So look at that one also to give you a full scope of things that we're talking about right here as well. All right. So let's continue. You got to stay positive. You can't tell these kids, you can't badmouth the kids. If, like I said, you got to have tough skin. You can't badmouth the kids if they say something slick to you because they had a bad day at school. That's why you need to get new shoes. That's why you understand? You can't get back to, you need to do your homework. Did you do your homework? No, you didn't do your homework. That's why you need to learn in school. Pick up on your English, pick up on your math. You can't do that because not only are you not even a man anymore, now you're belittling yourself to a child. The child's words have weight to you and you respond to that. It makes you look weak. All this stuff, you can't do this stuff, guys. There's a way to be masculine, though. I'm going to show you how to be masculine in a second. Just hang on. We're going to get to it. But these things right here, guys, just consider it. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that you do what you want. It's your life. Live the way you want to. Now, this works great for guys that don't want kids because they're not really obligated. Unless you get married, then you take on the whole load. So that's the price too. Now, here's a warning sign now. Don't try to be, again, you're not the dad. Don't try to discipline the kids. Like I said, don't talk bad. Like I said, don't do those things because it's going to backfire. Mom's going to come to the rescue. She's going to be a mama bear all of a sudden and put her claws out. And she's going to jump for you and the kids and go, what are you talking to him like that for? He didn't do anything. Meanwhile, he's sitting there with a bat and a broken glass behind you in the background. You go, he just broke the window. What are you talking about? See, mama don't see all that. She sees a threat. The minute you start turning yourself on to the kids in a negative way, she's going to see it as a threat. I don't care. She says, yeah, you can reprimand my kids. You can tell them, you can put your hands on them. Da, da, da. Never, don't do it. I'm going to tell you how to do that in a second, but don't do it. Don't put it upon yourself to do that. She said I could do it. No, she says that. What she says, and now she responds to when you do that, and the kid's crying, going, mommy, she's going to feel guilty. She's going to be angry with you right away. She'll go right into defense mode. Don't do it to yourself. Don't body yourself. If you want to be in a situation like this, don't body yourself. Understand, this relationship started with you talking to her. You create a relationship. It's you and her relationship. So for her, it starts with, okay, now you are the head of the relationship because you're the man. You're saying, hey, I like you, whatever. We're going to do this together. She says, I want to be with you and whatever. You decide to move in. The minute you move in, guys, the roles reverse. You're in the back of the line now and the kids are in the front of the line. You automatically give up your position from here to here. The minute you sign the dotted line that you're married to her, the kids come first. Now, the benefit here is when you're just dating. A woman like this with kids and all that, they're great for dating. I mean, if you want to get serious, that's fine. But if you're just dating her, sometimes women don't want a man in the situation. They don't want a man around their kids. That's fine. That's a great benefit. That's what you're looking for. Someone that just wants to get out, let some steam out, have a good time with somebody, and maybe it's quality time and you get together. But see, when you're not in it with her like that, you do get the quality time. Every time you do see her, it's about going out, having sex. Now, I'm not trying to tell you not to be responsible, but that's for her to take care of. The ideal situation is that she has this handled. How do you know she has that handled? Because if you do meet the kids on occasion, they're respectful. Hi, Mr. So-and-so, how you doing? Boom, okay. And they go about their way. They're seen and not heard. They get out the adult's face. They go in the house. They start their homework or whatever. Sure, they maybe had to mess around in school or acted up in the house, but around the adult, they know about you a little bit. Hi, Mr. So-and-so, like I said, and they're about, you say, how you doing? Little so-and-so, whatever, fine, and they're gone. That means she's giving them home training. See, women that don't train their kids at home have this problem trying to keep a guy. Now, a kid like this, kids like this that are good kids, the guy may say, you know what, I need to step in and do a little more for them. They may ask for him to come in a little more. But again, this is going to be a slow trickle. It's breadcrumbing. You don't go in there because they want to see you today. They want to hang out. They're kids. You're still the adult. It takes time, guys. It takes time. But the idea is that they're asking for you or whatever, fine. You know, you can say, hey, what's up? Boom, boom. But you don't stay. Boom, you're back. I'll see you next time, whatever. The idea is they start missing you and require you to be around more. It's like dating all over again. But if she's got the kids well-trained, home-trained, they know how to behave, they know how to respect, they appreciate things, okay? Especially with a stranger, they're going to act a little different. Once they get to know you, again, like I said, they'll start to bond, ask you, can you come around a little more? How come, we're going to see you a little more? Can we see you some more? Whatever. Things like that do happen when she's trained them right and the situation's right. It's rare, but it does happen. Okay? So, but the benefit here is the fact that you do get time with her. You do have quality time and talk. She tells you about her day, tells you about the kids. Probably not, but if she does, you get close enough, a year or two in, you hear about the kids, you go, okay, that's cool. But it's mainly intimate time. She gets done with you. She cleans up. She goes home. Boom. She's back to mommy mode and all that. And she keeps her life and her social status the same where it is. No one's judging her for having guys or whatever. But it works well. And for you, she's not on your roster for another week or two. That's how you can maintain her in your rotation. You take care of her when you see her, have a good time. She gets what she needs. You get what you need. Everybody's happy. You will hear about the kids. You go, yeah, what about the kids? Okay, boom, boom, boom. You don't care. You're not there, right? You can care, but it doesn't matter when you're not there. It's much easier. Let her be the one. Because when it comes to those kids, let her be the one to keep them in check. She may ask you, what do you think about so-and-so? And then you give your advice, but don't give advice unless she asks you for your advice when it comes to those kids. And when you're giving the advice, it's a suggestion. Or it's just your thoughts. Bottom line. Leave it at that. And again, with this, if she's respectful and appreciative, it should go pretty smooth because you can get to call your shots from the outside. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like. Whatever. And she'll have to pull her weight and do double work to make sure that you're okay as well. All right, guys? So listen, like, subscribe, comment below. When you hear your family, I got you. Excel and